Well, hello everybody, welcome to 2CTV with the first live update of the day and some breaking news. The incompetent socialist Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has fled Bangladesh and she's now in India. She's gone. This is following our report on 2CTV over the last week. A few days ago we reported on the riots in Bangladesh. Of course, this is the follow-up on that. Just want to say a massive thank you to every single person. Yesterday on this channel we hit 600,000 subscribers. Today we are already on 607,000, and this channel will continue to be your go-to source for geopolitical issues of the day. Now let's talk about Bangladesh, let's talk about the riots, let's talk about the Prime Minister. Now this is fascinating because obviously the last couple of weeks we had deadly riots and disruptions across the country, and as we reported, obviously some of the videos we showed you guys were completely chaotic anyway. The government decided, this was obviously the whole thing was about the government job quotas. So the Bangladeshi government since the 1970s they've had this quota. Well, actually, because of the 1971, they created this quota that 30% of the jobs in government will be given to the relatives of veterans. And now students started to protest. Their voices were not being heard. Then they rioted, and then the government said, "Fine, we'll surrender. We'll cancel the whole thing." Too late. It was a little bit too late by that point, because Sheikh Hasina, who is an interesting character, let's just say. She's not really agreeable as a personality. And for those who are familiar, of course, her relationship with the Indian government has been also a lot of ups and downs over the years. But she's now obviously fled Bangladesh in a helicopter. She's now just landed in India. She's also been pushing for more World Economic Forum, obviously with her other allies, including Putin and President Xi and others, to push for more globalism. This doesn't really help, because considering her own government were so protectionist and so regressive, and now they're trying to pretend to be progressive. Anyway, let's show you guys some of the stuff that we have. We now hear that thousands of Bangladeshi protesters have now entered the palace, the Prime Minister's palace. And let's quickly go to that video first, and then we're going to give you guys the latest.
Same to same Sri Lanka. কাজ আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন।
Not a good situation, of course, currently in Bangladesh. Now the armed forces have decided to announce that they will be forming an interim government until the situation is sorted out. The corporate media are not fully giving guys the details on this because they're not really interested in talking about geopolitics, of course. Sky News is covering it a little bit. But of course, 2CTV, we are geopolitical. Although a lot of people in the comment section saying, why are you not talking about Britain? For the record, only about half of the viewers on 2CTV are based in the United Kingdom, are British viewers. The rest are actually from all over the world. So we're not just talking about British politics, but we'll also talk about all the other issues. It's not all about us. The whole world is also on fire, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, the consequences will be seen in the UK and other places as well, because we live in a globalized world, whether you like it or not. Now, we do have the latest video as well from the moment the Prime Minister decided to flee Bangladesh using a government helicopter. Oh dear. So yeah, she's gone. Good riddance. Now, there were a lot of people who were excited, of course. They were filming the helicopter journey the whole time as well. There are so many clips already being shared on social media. And we will talk about Sheikh Hasina in a second herself, because she has certain links to a very specific British Labour Party politician. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go to the next clip that we have from the helicopter.
Holy shit! Shit! গণভবন থেকে just oh my god, guys.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant situation. I can see some of the global viewers on 2CTV in the live chat are lashing out at the British one, saying it's not all about you in Britain. There are problems across the whole world as well. Yeah, some of the British viewers think it's all about Keir Starmer. Of course, that's why I didn't say Keir Starmer. Who is Keir Starmer? Anyway, now, the scenes that we've seen in Bangladesh over the last couple of weeks. The reason that we have a problem on a global scale, internationally speaking, is because, actually, to be fair, the rise of social media and new media as well means that people from around the world can actually find out what's going on across the whole globe. And it's good. Access to information is good. Being informed is good. And people need to know what's going on around the world compared to back in the days, because we all share some of the similar threats that everybody is sharing. For example, Bangladesh's a socialist globalist government. And of course, the reaction to it, everybody needs to pay attention, because, of course, there's going to be a lot of mass migration as well happening because of this. But it creates domino effects. This disturbance creates domino effects because of social media. For example, watch this. Yeah. Now there are some of the British viewers are having an emotional breakdown in the live chat. This is the problem with technology is new, of course, and the internet, the world of the internet is new, and a lot of people hear words, they don't know what they mean. Some of the people are saying, this is clickbait. This is click. Let me give you the direct definition of clickbait. Clickbait means you write something in a headline that is not true compared to the actual content. So, for example, I could say, I'm shaving my head. And then in the video, I'm actually growing my hair. You can see the difference, right? That's the definition of clickbait. But of course, people are saying, well, I'm British. I wanted to hear about British politics. You said the Prime Minister in Bangladesh. Oh, that's clickbait. That's not clickbait. The title is 100% accurate and the content is 100% accurate. It will be good for people to buy. There's a book thing that you could buy from Waterstones and on Amazon called Dictionary. Get one of those dictionaries. It will help you guys. Now, let's talk about Sheikh Hasina's links to the British Labour Party, because we have an MP in the United Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen, another socialist, Tulip Siddiq from the Labour Party. You can see her bottom left, the other side, there we go, that one, the little one, the mini MP. Of course, Tulip Siddiq has been quite infamous for her certain views and her socialism. Having said that, Tulip is Sheikh Hasina's niece. The most irrelevant coincidence, although it might be irrelevant, or it might be running in the family. The incompetence and corruption that Sheikh Hasina, now we could say the almost former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and of course her niece Tulip Siddiq. Maybe if Tulip Siddiq becomes it's also not an easy name to say. Tulip Siddiq if she becomes prime minister of this country, maybe we'll have similar problems. A lot of people are having issues because they're saying, well, obviously, Sheikh Hasina, as a socialist globalist, obviously you can see Vladimir Putin as well in the photo and everybody else, they were saying that, well, why is it that people are not really holding others to account when it comes to their connections? So if there was a situation, for example, where the Labour Party politicians, who, by the way, the Labour Party and the Tory Party have friends, the organisation called Friends of Bangladesh. So this is basically that the mainstream parties have groups that are associated with certain countries, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. It's primarily to get the voting blocks who are here in this country, people with Bangladeshi backgrounds, to vote for the Labour Party or vote for the Tory Party. So many of these organizations have been exposed for having dodgy links and connections, but we don't know what's going on with Tulip Sadiq and her auntie, Sheikh Hasina. There are no dodgy connections apart from the fact that they are both socialist and globalist. All right. Speaking of the globalized world and all this mess that is happening, let's not forget. Someone says it's an old photo. Of course, it's an old photo. Look how young Putin looks. A little bit young, a little bit. But he looks slightly less fat and bloated. I think all the Botox injections on Putin's face has not helped. Anyway, speaking of globalized world, unfortunately, we have some bad news as well. The financial markets are crashing because of Japan. The stock market in Japan plummeted, and the whole thing is bringing down the global markets. Has a massive impact since the Black Monday. This is the largest hit that the markets have received in Japan. This is also actually creating a domino effect when it comes to the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and all the others. Even Dogecoin and all the others have gone completely down. And a lot of people, apart from Warren Buffett, everybody's losing. So Warren Buffett is fine. Everybody else has lost millions and millions of dollars, or whatever currency you want to use, internationally speaking. We will keep you guys posted. Of course, we've already done a YouTube short on that topic, on the situation with the stock markets, because I think one issue that we have is that the media will be completely hiding the real reasons, because there's so much happening across the whole world, including the the imminent conflicts between Iran and Israel. But it's not just because of those things. Of course, the issues around the Japanese stock market have been building up for the past few weeks anyway. Now, let's see what's going on with you guys. First super chat, Trouble Gobbler. Love that. Orchestrated by the US regime. Everything is the US's fault. The weather changes in South Africa, it's America's fault. Or maybe Sheikh Hasina's socialist government's fault for being stupid. Anyway, Kay says, that's clickbait. No one is interested in Pakistan's leader. Pakistan's leader? Okay, but it seems like apart from as well as dictionary, some people need to also get a map. Pakistan. Oh, Marilyn says, am I getting snotty? It's not all about Britain. Inform us what clickbait is. Does he know that Bangladesh didn't show until you clicked on it? No, it's in the title. And in the images, you could see the thumbnail, the pictures. It literally shows the Bangladesh Prime Minister's palace. Of course I'm snotty. Get used to it. Jill says, thank you for explaining clickbait. You're welcome. Love you, Maya, and your content. The world needs hope, and you give it every time I hear you. Jill from Adelaide, South Australia. Wow, I do love Australia. Thank you very much for that support, Jill. All right. Oh, the helicopter. Is it the same one or related? It will be nice if world leaders stop using helicopters, because you just give us excuses to make more jokes. You just give more excuses for more jokes. Alan says Kay has left the chat. The good thing is, most people who actually thought this was clickbait or whatever, even the British people, they have a good sense of humor. Maybe Kate doesn't, but everybody else has a good sense of humor, so it's funny. Timothy says Pakistani Muslims are the biggest problem. Not really in Bangladesh because they were being kicked out, but yeah. In the UK, it happens a lot. Anyway, what's going on? Anyone that's saying what's happening in Bangladesh is a fool. If people want out, where do you think they will come? So obviously we're going to get a lot of people, especially a lot of the pro-regime people coming out of Bangladesh to become asylum seekers in Western Europe. Yeah, so. Warren Buffett is known for not liking technological stocks, if I'm correct. Yeah, he really hates Bitcoin. he also doesn't necessarily like technical indicators when it comes to playing the stock market. So I don't really think Warren Buffett has some sort of like evil agenda. He just wants to get rich. But the guy is smart. He knows what he's doing. But he does have certain views. All right. I'm starting to think South Africa is looking safer. Of all places you had to pick, did you really have to go with South Africa? With all the mess in that country, I would have picked Rwanda. Rwanda is probably safer now. Yeah. What's going on? Margaret says, Maya, do you remember when I told you about this happening and warning the people to clear their bank accounts? People thought I was crazy. This is the great reset to control people. No food, no light. It is slightly worrying what's going on, of course, in terms of the global markets, but it's going to be creating a domino effect in regards to all the other issues, including the housing market. It's not directly linked to the housing market, but of course, in terms of the portfolios, a lot of the big players have. They have it in investment firms that have links to housing markets and the pensions, of course, which is not a good thing for ordinary people. Super chat from Australia. Start doing bank runs. They will S themselves. Bankers own politicians anyway. And a super sticker from Paddy UK. Thank you very much. Of course, when it comes to the absolute mess in Bangladesh, we'll keep you guys posted. But we also, as we speak, have the Cobra meeting, the emergency Cobra meeting in Downing Street with Keir Starmer and his cabinets. They're trying to sort out the mess in the United Kingdom with all the riots going on. I'm guessing they're going to come up with a new way to call everybody far right. And we also have a couple of other issues we will discuss later, which is the imminent conflict between Iran and Israel. The situation in Gaza is escalating, which we'll cover as well. And I'm going to do a fun video later about the Palestinian Olympics team. I'm not going to say much. Just wait to that because it's going to be great. Thank you again so much for all the support. We now have 607,000 subscribers. There's 7,000 new ones since yesterday. And of course, if you want to get your own United Kingdom merch, you can find the link in the description. We also have now added a coffee mug as well as the hoodies and t-shirts. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya TC, and we are the media.